All right, Dan Cucimillo here. Sunday evening, January 14th, and the Detroit Lions and Jared Goff have just defeated the Los Angeles Rams 24 to 23 in an exciting game. And as a Cal fan, go Bears. It was great to see Jared Goff win a game against his old team and get a little revenge on the way the Rams and Coach Sean McVay treated Goff. If you don't know the story, back in 21, uh, Goff's final season with the Rams, there was one game where the Rams were playing the 49ers, and Goff didn't have the greatest game. And you could see here up on the screen the quote. It was a post-game scene many had never been before witnessed. McVay had glared in Goff's direction, shouting that he needed to play better and couldn't continue to turn the ball over. McVay didn't say the quarterback's name, but those who were there said they knew to whom McVay was talking. Minutes later, a heated McVay continued to call out Goff, but this time to reporters. The first time in 4 seasons as coach, he took aim at a player rather than putting the blame on himself after a loss. Our quarterback has to take better care of the football, McVay said about Goff. The player general manager Les Snead traded 6 picks to move up and draft number 1 overall in 2016. So this was a pretty big story back in 21. And of course, in the off season that year, the Rams traded Jared Goff to the Detroit Lions for Matthew Stafford. And that trade wasn't even handled well. And Sean McVay admitted even further that this week in a story that he talked about here this week. He said, let me pull it up here. He said, I could have been handled better on my end. Absolutely, McVay said via Pro Football Talk. I'll never run away from that, but the further you get away from it, the more you try to grow as a person, as a man, as a leader. He deserved better, meaning Goff, than the way that it all went down. I'll acknowledge that, and I think he knows that too, and I'm not afraid to admit those things. But I think we're all better being able to look back on those things, and I do have more appreciation for him as time goes on. Goff, the way things ended, will always be a sour note for Jared Goff, which created a chip on his shoulder. Goff said, of course. Goff said about having that motivation via ESPN's Eric Woodyard. I think it'll never leave me, and I think that's a good thing. So tonight, Goff gets the win and played excellent. He completed, I don't remember what his final numbers were. I'll have to pull that up here. I think he was somewhere in the neighborhood of like 22 of 28, near 300 yards. Let me just pull up the final stats here in the box score. Jared Goff tonight was 22 of 27, 277 yards, 1 TD, no interceptions, 121.8 QB rating. So it was a great game. And, I applaud Sean McVay for saying he was wrong and being man and admitted that he could have handled it better. That shows a lot of maturity on his part. But I think this was a game that Goff really, really wanted. And obviously the city of Detroit hasn't won a playoff game in over 30 years, was able to pull it off tonight. So the recap of the wild card weekend was still one more game to go tomorrow night between Tampa Bay and Philadelphia. The Packers rout the Cowboys earlier. So the Packers will come to San Francisco, and that game's going to be most likely this coming up Saturday on the 20th. And my guess is it'll be a 1:30 kickoff there in Santa Clara, 1:30 California time. And then the Detroit Lions now, with the loss of the Dallas Cowboys will now host a divisional round game, and they'll host the winner of tomorrow night's Tampa Philadelphia game. And that game will be played next Sunday. So the Niners will get the extra day of rest again if they'll play the Packers, who will be playing on 6 days rest. If they get by the Packers, which is going to be a tough game, but they should be able to beat the Packers. And if they can beat the Packers, they will then have an extra day's rest when they face the winner of whoever Detroit plays, either Tampa or Philadelphia. So it's setting up rather nicely for San Francisco. And this got to be the year. They got to take advantage of the way things are playing out here. I said a couple days ago when I made my playoff predictions, I said that this is going to come down to an NFC championship between San Francisco and Detroit, and I'm going to stick with that. So great games today. Great to see Dallas go down. And tomorrow we got 2 games. We got Pittsburgh at Buffalo in the early afternoon game on the West Coast, and then followed up by the Philadelphia-Tampa Bay game. So 2 more games to go, and then the NFL will put out their schedule. But I'm looking at 49ers playing at 1:30 against the Packers on Saturday, the 20th, and get that one. Go to the NFC Championship on Sunday, the following Sunday, with 8 days rest again. So this is setting up really nice. So this is Dan Cucimilio for NorCal Sports Network. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. We're here Monday through Friday, usually from 8 p.m. California time till about 10 or 11, covering mainly the San Francisco Giants, but we're also talking Golden State Warriors, San Francisco 49ers, and whatever's happening on the national level. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. Take care.